Hi there, I'm Wild Humphrey, the Fact Master. I'll tell you all the things you never knew you didn't know, and a few things that you probably do. And I'm going to tell you about two the most famous presidents of America. There's been 45 of them, but these two stand out head and shoulders above the rest. And one of them was born today, 29th of May 1917. And his name was John Fitzgerald Kennedy. He later became known to the world as JFK, the 35th president of them all, and he was known as the 1,000-day president because roughly that's how long he spent his term in office. The other is Abraham Lincoln. Now, Abraham Lincoln was the first president ever assassinated. He was shot on the 14th of April 1865. Then Kennedy was shot on the 22nd of November 1963, almost 100 years apart. And immediately all kinds of comparisons have been made with these two. I'll dispel some and give you some facts as well. Lincoln came to office 1861. Kennedy came to office 1961. Lincoln was shot on a Friday. Kennedy was also shot on a Friday. Lincoln was shot with a gun. Kennedy was shot with a rifle. Lincoln died the day after he was shot. Kennedy died the day he was shot. Both men were sitting next to their wives when they were shot. Lincoln was in the Ford Theatre and Kennedy was in a Ford Lincoln. John Wilkes Booth shot Lincoln and Lee Harvey Oswald shot Kennedy. And both of these men had 15 letters in their name, and both of them were themselves later shot and killed. Now, Lee Harvey Oswald was pronounced dead in the same hospital where JFK had been pronounced dead, and both Oswald and Kennedy were buried on the same day. Kennedy was buried 3 days after he was shot. Lincoln was buried 3 weeks after he was shot. Lincoln was the tallest president ever at 6'3", and also the first president ever to grow a beard. And as well as that, Lincoln had been an all-in wrestler, and he's been inducted into the American Wrestlers Hall of Fame, and that's a fact. Kennedy, he wasn't 6'3", he never had a beard, but he did have a relationship with Marilyn Monroe, or so they say. Anyway, he also said, America are going to put the man on the moon. He didn't live to see it, but that did happen. Another one. So these two, there's all kinds between them. All kinds. Abraham Lincoln, his grandfather was also named Abraham Lincoln, and he too was shot and killed. Kennedy had a brother, Robert, and 5 years after Kennedy was shot, Robert was shot and killed in a hotel, 1968. So luck wasn't with these guys, but Lincoln was the first ever Republican president, and Kennedy was the only ever Democrat president to be assassinated. Lincoln was a Protestant and Kennedy was a Catholic. But both of them have had more stories and books written about them than any other president ever. Book, film, story galore, mini-series, you name it, about these two men. Lincoln tips the balance there. He's arguably the most famous of the two. But the conspiracy theories about JFK never ever go away. And it was he who was born today in 1917. Now Lincoln's mother was named Nancy, and there's a poem written about Nancy, and it goes like this: if Nancy Hanks came back as a ghost, seeking news of what she loved most, she would say, where's my son? What's happened to Abe? What's he done? Well, we all know what happened to Abe, and we all know what happened to JFK, or do we? Born today, 29th of May, that's a fact. I'm Wild Humphrey, the Fact Master. Thanks for watching. Please hit that thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you will. I'll be back with loads more stuff for you, and that is a fact. In the meantime, take it easy.